go.
Hey everybody, and congratulations to all the graduates. I know that I might look a little crazy right now, but that is because I am about to go to sleep. But before I go to sleep, I want to give you guys a little bit of encouragement um, to start your journey on to life after high school or college or wherever you graduated from. So I hope that something I say is able to help you. What I want to start off by telling you guys is that the Bible is a guidebook for success. And I know you don't think of it like that. You think of it as a rule book or something that tells you what to do or something you hear about in church. But I want you to know that the Bible is not just a book that can help you spiritually, but it can also help you in your worldly and material success. And so that's what I want to leave you with today. And also to tell you not to think that God doesn't want you to be successful, because He does. Sometimes in the church we have this tendency to think that God doesn't want us to have success, that God doesn't want us to prosper, or that He wants us to be poor and destitute, and that's just not true. God wants us to be successful. Everything on this earth belongs to God. You're His child. He wants you to be successful too. So, with that in mind, I want to give you 10 tips to help you to attain some success. And if it's not good advice for you, just throw it away. But if it works for you, hopefully something will be good for you to tuck back in your arsenal of good advice. So, number 10, choose your friends wisely. 1 Corinthians 15:33 says, "Do not be deceived. Bad company ruins good morals." Surround yourself with people who want to make something of themselves. Find a support group. Don't surround yourself with people who seem like they're not doing anything and aren't going anywhere. Now, there's nothing wrong with you encouraging people. Of course you should do that. But as far as your core group of friends goes, you want those people to be people that are having the same drive for success as you. Somebody who you can encourage them and they can encourage you. So find a support group. Choose your friends wisely. Number 9, work hard. Proverbs 13:4 says, "The soul of the sluggard craves and gets nothing, while the soul of the diligent is richly supplied." Whether you get a job, whether you go to college, whether you go to trade school, whether you get married, whatever you do, work hard at it. What you do doesn't necessarily matter, but it's how hard you work. So work hard. Number 8, stay close to your family. 1 Timothy 5:8 says, "But if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for the members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever." One thing that you guys will learn, if you haven't learned it already, is that your family is always going to have your back. Your family is always going to be there for you, no matter what. So never, ever, ever forget your family. Stay close to your family. Lean on them for encouragement, for prayers, for support, and help them and allow them to help you. Number 7, get a mentor. Proverbs 27:17 says, "Iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another." Find someone who has already done what you want to do, and then do what they did. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be an engineer, if you want to be a mechanic, if you want to be a lawyer, whatever you want to do, a teacher, find somebody that has that profession, and then ask them what they did. Ask them what kind of education they have, what kind of jobs they have, what kind of internship they did, and get that information, and then you can follow that path and create your own avenue to success. Number 6, network. Luke 2:52 says, "And Jesus grew in wisdom and stature and favor with God and man." Get some business cards, meet some people, introduce yourselves. Christians are supposed to be likable people. So be like Jesus. Get out there and grow in favor with God and with man. Meet new people, make new friends, let people know who you are. Now, don't be annoying. Don't always be in people's faces talking about this and that and what you're doing. But let people know who you are, what you do. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid to network and get people on your side and on your team. Number 5, don't just talk about it, be about it. Proverbs 27:1 says, do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring. Stop bragging. Walk the walk. You don't need to brag about what you're doing. You don't need to talk about what you're doing. We all know those people that are always talking about how they're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to go here, they're going to go there, they're going to get this money, they're going to buy this, they're going to buy that. Don't be one of those people. Just do it. Pick a plan and follow through. And that brings me to number 4. Make a plan and stick to it. Romans 5:3-4 says, more than that, we rejoice in our suffering, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. Your hard work will pay off, but you have to see it through. Most of you guys know I've been in school for the past 6 years because I wanted to be a lawyer. Well, finally I graduated from law school, and let me tell you, it was a long path, and sometimes it seemed like it never ended. Sometimes I wanted to give up. Even now I'm studying for the bar, and sometimes I just want to throw in the towel. But you have to look toward the future, and you have to know that you set a plan, and that if you stick to it, if you follow through, that plan will eventually come to fruition. Number 3, remember you have a purpose. Don't think that you're doing stuff just to be doing it. You're not getting a job just to have a job, just to get money. You're not going to school just to get an education. You're doing it for a larger purpose that God has in mind for you, to help your family, to help your community, to uplift the church. There's so many reasons beyond yourself, so many purposes greater than yourself that you can live for. Keep those purposes in mind when you want to give up. Remember that you have a purpose. Jeremiah 29:11 says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you future and a hope. So God knows the plans he has for you. He knows the good things that you're going to do. You just need to set out and do those things. Remember that you have a purpose. It's not just about the day-to-day. Think about the big picture. Number 2, keep an open mind. There are going to be opportunities all around you. New people, new places, new things. Don't let those things pass you up. Don't discard those opportunities. Don't think because something sounds strange, it might not be good for you, because it could be good for you. Matthew 25:14-30, we've all heard the parable of the talents. I won't read all those verses because there are a lot, but just so you know, to paraphrase, God gave the sower gave various people various talents. And some of the people who obtained the talents did a good thing with them, and they multiplied their talents. But the person who got the one talent, the least amount of talents, instead of capitalizing on those talents, multiplying that one talent, what did he do? He buried it in the ground. And when the sower came to him, he said, You evil and lazy servant, why didn't you do something with the talent that I gave you? And that's the same way God looks at us. We shouldn't be evil and lazy. We should take advantage of the opportunities he gives us, whether they're great or whether they're small, and capitalize on them, make something out of them, experience all sorts of things, use all your talents. And finally, number 1, be yourself. Psalm 139:13-16 says, for you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place. When I was woven together in the depths of the earth, your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. Deep down, God knows who you are, and you know who you are, and you know who God made you to be. So stay true to that person. No matter what or no matter who tries to tell you who you are or what you should be doing, you have to know what's right for yourself. In the end, you have to be accountable and responsible for staying true to the person that God made you to be. So with that in mind, remember that you have to make good choices. You have to have the future in mind when you make these choices. You can't just think about the here and now. Right now, you all have a clean slate. You've done a remarkable thing by graduating, a wonderful thing. You're all to be commended, to be congratulated, to be celebrated. And what's even better than what you've done in the past is what you're going to do in the future. You've got a clean slate, and right now is the time that you need to think about making the most of all the opportunities you have. So, finally, with that in mind, I'd like to leave you with a quote that has inspired me. It's not a Bible verse, it's from a song. But this song has inspired me to make the most of everything I have and to capture every bit of opportunity that has been given to me. And this is a song by the great Eminem. And he says, you better lose yourself in the music, the moment. You own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime.